This week is Christmas week, so I'm gonna take some time off work and do some extra boat work instead. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully we can get a bit done. Going to be working on the rudder assembly, some of the through hull fittings, hopefully get some of then start to work from the back of the boat forward, fuel tank, that sort of stuff. And then maybe get on to some engine work and some interior work as well. So let's see how far we can get in my week off work doing boat work. I got a little bit more work to do porting this, so you can see the size of this milling oil pump here. So if I hold that gasket on, you can see the size of the hole there. I'm going to put it on there. Still a bit more work to do to get that to the correct size. So a little bit more porting work to do just on that edge there and there. So let's see if I can get that done. Now we've just got to dry this thing off and then paint it. These boards look great. Machine shop did a great job. I'll have to get this painted, and then I'm going to have to re-oil all of these bores to stop it going rusty. So that's the plan, get this thing painted fairly quickly here, and then get it re-oiled equally as quickly to prevent rust. Just going to have to let that warm up for a bit. Next step, masking.
moved my woodwork into my indoor shop because it's a lot warmer, and making the last spray rails. Seen me make these before, same process. So shape the stock using that same jig that I had before. Then the hardest part, probably getting that relief on the back here. There's a, I don't know if you can see it, an arc there to allow for bedding compound. So I run that across the saw. There's a video. I got a video of how to make these. So these are the short ones. To be honest, there wasn't a lot wrong with these. Really mostly broken at the ends here. But being as I've remade the other ones, I thought I'd just replace these anyway. Nice new stock. Again, nothing wrong with this one on this end, but this one was kind of rotted out here, so I'll just replace them at this point rather than reuse these. Spray roller on, attached pretty well. It did use 5200. I know some people will cringe at that. They don't like permanent attachments on the outside of the boat, but I'd rather use 5200 and get them adhered properly. I can always physically remove them if I need to, mechanically. So fairly straightforward. Masked everything off before I 5200 it. Did have to put a block here just to pull the front in. It was that last screw didn't want to bend it round close enough, so that's just a temporary block holding that in, and I can remove it and fill the hole afterwards. Other than that, they came out pretty good. In hindsight, I wish I'd have done these. I did think about staining them first. That was my plan, and then I was going to put them on stained. But in the end, I decided to put them on now. I'll remask it, stain them in. So if I was going to do it this way, I might as well have done it before actually, and stain them with the boat. That would have been the better way to do it, but we are where we are. Same on this side. Went together pretty good. So I think those are the last piece of woodwork that I got to do for the boat. I might end up having to, you remember there's a black trim that goes here onto this plank. Let's see where the screw holes are. Black trim goes all the way down there. But I'll put that on once I've done the varnishing. Because remember, this is just sealed at the minute. There's no varnish on it yet. So that piece of wood's got to go on last, and I think it's a little bit dried out and chipped and stuff, so might end up making that new. So that this might be the last but one, maybe, piece of woodwork to make. That's a fairly straightforward, although it is quite long, so I might struggle to get length that I need for that. No real movement on the interior. I've got the steering line in there. It's not attached, it's just resting. I'm about to fit the steering wheel. I want to get everything in starting from the back forwards. So I want to get the steering wheel in. Even though the dash isn't varnished yet, I can drop the steering wheel later out of the way without fully removing it, to make it easy to get to the dash for varnishing. But I do want to get all the areas under there in, rudder box, all that sort of stuff in and finished, and then start building the boat from the back forward. So fuel tank's got to go in, fuel sender, some wiring to do, then obviously the shaft log here, so I can start building all that stuff from the back forwards, and then finally the engine can go in. No movement on the engine. Sitting here waiting for bearings. I have got a slight problem with the bearing clearances with the main bearings that I'm using. So my bearing clearances are a little bit tight. They are about 15 to 18 thou on the mains, and I was aiming for 20 to 25, so I'm a little bit tight. So there's a danger of if that clearance hasn't got enough oil in it all the way around, there's a danger that it gets too hot, that oil collapses and the engine seizes. So it's really important to get those bearing clearances right, and I'm not quite there, so kind of held up on that at the minute, waiting for bearings. So that's where I am. I did start to remove this masking because it's got to come off, because I can't leave it there too long. It's gonna never come off, and it really makes a big difference having the black against the nice dark mahogany. It does make the boat look pretty, so that's a big change and looks nice. All right, I got the steering wheel back in. Probably have to lower it down again when I come to varnish this dash, but for the moment I need the steering wheel in to get this drive line in, to get this rudder in so I can fix the brackets. So I want the two ends of this drive line here in the right places and operating so I can get these brackets in. And then I'm trying to work from the back of the boat forward, so I want to get the rudder box in, get all of that done. Then I want to get the fuel tank in, fuel sender wiring. Then there's a couple of braces that need to go on the back here. Reminds me, I don't think I've even painted those yet. I get those in. Then the back seat base. Then I can start working forward really on the assembly of the interior. So exciting stuff. Well, next up, better restore this thing. Shaft log. It's got a gasket on the bottom here, which I'm not sure is original or not. If you know, let me know. Well, I'm going to try and get it off and save it, and I'm going to need to replace this rubbery thing because it's all done. But that just looks like, to be honest, radiator hose or something. See if I can get that and new clamps from O'Reilly's. Well, just fitted the cavitation plate. Use life cork for that, and inside fitted the stuffing box there for the rudder as well. So just going to need to fit the some new stuffing in here and then get that on and assembled. Then I can connect the two ends of the steering rod and then get these brackets in that hold it as well. Here I am under the boat. Is the water inlet. Gonna get this fitted. Not a lot of room under here, and it's cold. Just lifted the fuel tank in. These are the times where you start questioning, am I sure I got these holes in the right place? We'll soon find out. And the answer is yes, it still goes together. Phew! I literally was worrying them for a second. Well, this is where it gets fun, because I didn't take any of this to pieces. So I've got bags of stuff with someone else's handwriting. I think that says rear something seats, bench lights, rear bench lights, and then just bags of hardware. So it's a bit like a giant jigsaw puzzle, really. These are absolutely gross, so let me throw these in the ultrasonic. That's much better. Came out pretty good. The issue is I can't find the lenses, but I can order the lenses online, so that's what I've done. $7 for a new lens, so not too bad.